She said, "Just be vulnerable with me." But the moment you opened your heart, she pulled away. She wanted you raw, honest, and emotional. Until she didn't. Now you're left wondering what went wrong. Here's the brutal truth, brother. What she says she wants and what she responds to are two very different things. And Stoicism reveals why. The lie of modern vulnerability. In a world that shames masculine strength and glorifies emotional openness, men are constantly told, "Open up. Tell her how you feel." Real men cry. If you don't share, you're emotionally unavailable. But when you finally do open up, when you express your fears, your pain, your doubts, she looks at you differently. That subtle shift in her gaze, that silence after your confession, that sudden "I need space" text. It wasn't random, because here's the harsh truth. She didn't want your vulnerability. She wanted your strength disguised as softness. She didn't want your tears. She wanted to know you could handle hers. Let that sink in. Lesson 1. What she really wants is emotional control, not chaos. Vulnerability isn't the problem. Weakness is. There's a difference between a man who opens up while still in control and a man who collapses into her like a child looking for mommy. One is attractive. The other makes her feel unsafe. When you cry uncontrollably, spiral in self-doubt, or emotionally dump, she subconsciously sees you as unstable. Not because she's cruel, but because, biologically and psychologically, she's wired to look for a man who can protect, lead, and stay composed under pressure. Vulnerability only works when it's wrapped in masculine self-mastery. She doesn't want your pain, she wants your power. But modern media won't tell you this. Only Stoicism will. If she truly valued vulnerability, why did she lose attraction the moment you showed it? Lesson 2. Marcus Aurelius and emotional restraint. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." The Stoics weren't emotionally dead. They felt deeply, but they chose when and how to express it. Stoicism teaches us that emotions are temporary visitors, not permanent residents. To give them full control is to surrender your kingdom. And the moment a woman sees a man surrender his inner throne, she loses trust in his strength. This is the paradox. The man who controls his emotions is more attractive than the one who displays them too freely. Here's what most men don't understand. Women are drawn to mystery, not complete emotional transparency. If you're too available, too exposed, too emotionally accessible, there's no chase, no tension, no polarity. A woman desires a man whose inner world she can't fully predict. Not because you're hiding, but because you're disciplined. You see, when you withhold your emotions, not from fear, but from wisdom, she begins to wonder, what's he thinking? Why isn't he chasing? How is he so calm while I'm spiraling? That's power, that's gravity, that's Stoicism in motion. You were told to be open, but she falls for the man who remains mysteriously composed. How to be stoically vulnerable. So how does a man stay stoically vulnerable without losing respect? Here's how. 1. Speak from strength, not from suffering. If you share something deep, share it like a lesson, not a wound. I'm depressed. I don't know what to do. I went through hell last year, but here's what it taught me. One makes her anxious. The other makes her admire you. 2. Stay grounded, even in emotion. It's okay to feel. It's okay to cry, but do it from a place of grounded ownership, not emotional collapse. A tear from a strong man who rarely shows it? Powerful. A breakdown every week? Repelling. 3. Never seek emotional rescue from a woman. That's not her job. That's your mission. That's your path. Women want to feel safe around your emotions, not be consumed by them. Don't offload your chaos onto her. Contain it. Transmute it. Lead with it. If your heart is too easy to read, she will stop reading it. Be the calm in her storm, not another storm to manage. She wants to know, can you handle life without falling apart? Can you support her when she breaks down? Can you stay composed when your world is crumbling? That's the kind of vulnerability she respects. Not exposure, but endurance. Not, tell me everything, but show me how you rise when no one claps for you. Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge emotion, process it in silence, move forward with intention. And ironically, that silence, that stillness, it draws her in more than any open-up session ever could. You thought she wanted emotional availability, but she's obsessed with emotional mastery, the trap most men fall into. They confuse vulnerability with validation. They overshare to get approval. They cry to be rescued. They reveal every insecurity hoping she'll love them more. But women don't fall for wounds. They fall for the man who conquered them. Never mistake emotional intimacy with emotional dependency. She doesn't want to mother you. She wants to admire you. Every time you reveal weakness without control, you train her to see you as less than the man she first met. The Stoic response to be vulnerable. When she says, I want you to open up. Give her the kind of openness that commands respect, not pity. Share your lessons, not your lingering pain. Show your scars, not your bleeding wounds. Reveal your journey, not your chaos. Let her feel your depth, but make her earn the map. Mindset shift, vulnerability as a weapon, not a wound. When you control your emotions like a warrior polishes his blade, your vulnerability becomes a weapon. It inspires, it leads, it commands loyalty. But when you wield it recklessly, it becomes a wound that bleeds on everyone who tries to love you. Choose control, choose strength, choose stoicism. The more emotion you hand over, the less respect you'll receive unless you know how to hold the frame. The Stoic secret. She doesn't even know she wants. Here's the truth. No one tells you. She doesn't consciously know why she pulls away. But you do now. She said, be vulnerable. What she meant was, be strong enough to feel, but wise enough to lead. The Stoic man doesn't suppress emotions. He controls them. He uses them. He becomes indestructible through them. So next time she says, just tell me how you feel, tell her this. I feel calm. I feel steady. I feel clear. Because no matter what happens, I remain unmoved. And that's the kind of man she'll never walk away from. If this woke something up in you, something primal, something powerful, hit that like button. Subscribe for more Stoic truths modern men need to hear. Drop a comment. Have you ever shown vulnerability and watched her pull away? Let's talk below. Stay strong. Stay stoic. The world needs your composed fire, not your uncontrolled flame.